BC7 here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 15. We are here on the Arches map once again, and just going to go over here and have a little look, see how things are coming. Obviously we've got a ways to go for our canola to come up. And the sunflowers are not quite ready either, but don't they look happy? Alright, I have been fairly busy since the last time we spoke, and I have been fairly busy here. Specifically, this, if you recall, used to be trees. Yes, indeed. In fact, a few of their stumpy remains, well, remain. Just gonna turn down the audio a little bit. That particular plant is quite loud. It is, as you see, in full production now, which is kind of nice. And yeah, what I did, I took all of the actual logs that were, well, 3 pieces basically from every tree, and then the little toothpicky piece in the end got sold as firewood. So between all of the firewood, and that's a nice thing with using the firewood mod, even if you're going to haul all of your logs away, cutting down, I think 3 or 4 trees, just slicing the branches off, and that's these fir trees where you're basically just getting rid of the scruff. There's no actual branches to cut up. Those branches become firewood. In fact, become like 7 or 8 pallets of firewood. I made enough money cutting these trees down, even though I'm using most of the big wood to run this thing. I made enough money that selling off our grass cutting equipment allowed me to buy this guy here. That. Because I thought about buying a field. Like, there are no meadows. Anywhere you see grass on this map, it's full of trees. And I mean, that's okay. We're going to need a lot of trees. This is a fairly forest-intensive map, actually. More so than I was originally aware. So, I decided, I was thinking at one point, we'll just simply buy a field. Now, a field big enough to be worthy for grass, like this is not what we would get off of this little patch here that I've cleared all of these trees, and that took me from, well, probably 3-4 hours in total. Like, completely clear them all up, get them all in the thing, etc., etc. So for that amount of labor, and the price of anything that would be big enough, you know, if it took that long to clear this much of an area, a field or one of the so-called meadow things that are full of trees, by the time you clear all the wood out of it and get rid of all the stumps, because of course you're not going to want that if you're going to be going around doing grass, are you? By the time you do all of that, you're much further ahead to buy a field. But a field is going to cost, for one big enough, a couple $100,000, sorry. If it was a couple of $1,000s, I'd have bought every field in the game. But, so I decided instead, for less than the price of a field, I would sell off all our other gear, do all of this, and I'm going to replant trees here, by the way, and buy that other mower, because it works really, really well in that particular situation. You know, you can even go along the edges of the field and do things that way. And if there's trees, you can go up one side and down the other. The thing can come within inches of a tree. You know, because if the face of it fits through, man, the rest of the vehicle does. So yeah, you can get the cutter right up against things. So it works out really well. Now I do believe, oh, I think I see a stumpy. Yeah, there's always one tries to get away. And we go and check the specs on our plant here and see how it's doing, shall we? yeah, I pulled all the logs over there with this little thing. Works great. I do 5-meter sections, and this thing seems quite capable of handling it. So yeah, all of those trees I cut into 5-meter lengths, which, as I said, was 3 decent pieces, and then usually a, 4 or 5 foot long toothpick. But the toothpick, you cut it in half and sell it as firewood. And as I said, by the time all that was done, and I had a nice stack of pallets of firewood. So I was making lots of the dollars. You see, this thing is just cooking away. And so let's go over here and have an actual look-a-see at the specs. So, logs, we've got, well, darn near filled today, 48,900 to 50,000. And fuel, we've got, well, that's not 10,000 liter. Sorry, 10 liters. Let's go to this. It makes a little more sense, as we can see. Alright, so 97% logs, 86% of our diesel left. Wood chips 56 and boards 78. It takes a long time. Like, I was quite, I'm pretty sure that it's something that was adjusted for this map, because we worked lots of these straight up board mills, like Mara's original sawmill here, which is what this one is. And yeah, we could be cutting down trees and then coming and picking up a stack of these. Pleasant Valley was an example of that. So, but there we go. And it appears from all of this, although even out here I guess my frames are all right, but I'm pretty sure there might be something going on between this particular map and my recording software that's causing the stutter key, statter key thing like that. So, because I didn't really notice it at all. I got a very occasional, if I was in the middle of all my kit and all the cows and the chickens and the moose and stuff, and, did a 180, there might be a bit of a stutter as I went to turn back 90 degrees or something, but almost instant and almost gone. So, see, here's something starting to top my wish list for Farm Sim 17. In Farm Sim 13 and Farm Sim 15, we get this screen tearing. Now, I've got both VSync and adaptive VSync on. And, yeah, still, I get this screen tear. And it's been there, didn't matter. From the crappiest video cards I've been able to play Farm Sim on, up to my current one, to everything in between. It's not always present, certainly not as much as it was as I do move up slowly through the, slightly better and better video. But it's still there, and I see guys running, oh, there's a good little stutter, Titans and stuff. And they're still, every once in a while, you can see that tear depending on the texture. So, I don't know. I think it's something to do with that, like, oop. I have no idea why I pulled that out. I'm a dangerous dude. There's sort of that dome thing around you in Farm Sim, right? And you can notice it on fields where you'll see like the circle lighten in front of you. Yeah, I guess it's some kind of a draw-in radius or something for fine detail. But I've always thought that had something to do with it. See, there's another big frame drop for no reason. So, but like I said, didn't seem to have that issue so much with the other goings-on. Now, like without recording, it seemed reasonable. Not perfect, but reasonable. Okay, we're pretty low on coin. Once again. I should have, take a stagger, some wood chips. But I think what we need to do is get water. And, oh, I know what I wanted to do. While I'm thinking about it, we go up here. Go down the back. No. Yep. No. Alrighty. Yeah. We do have some wood chips now. 14,000. So we can always sell those. But what I'm looking for... It's going to take me a while to get used to this map. And of course, by a while, I mean, well, if any of you are long-time subscribers, you know what I mean by a while. It may never happen. It just might not. Wow, man, somewhere around here. I really like this. I didn't realize this before. Did you guys notice this? Drop bales here to convert to manure. That's pretty cool. And then this one over here, I think drop bales to convert to grass. Drop bales here to convert to grass. Drop bales here to convert to silage. Now, are those actual silage bales? And drop bales here to convert to straw. Alright, well, these are things we'll have to try, because you know what? We're going to have lots of bales, man. Although, not this time, because I think I planted canola and sunflowers. I don't think we're going to get bales from either of them. At least not bales of, like, anything like this. But here we go. Let's add to the grassiest goodness. So, I do like this thing. It's been dragged along since Farm Sim 13, but it's a neat piece of kit. It's, well, it's reasonably believable, considering some of the stuff I've seen. And, well, that's one weird grass cutter, man. That looks more like it would just beat that crap out of your field. Oh, well. I'm sure they know what they're doing. I wonder if those spin. If those are the actual cutters, and that's just to shuffle the grass up. That's what's going on. I see. Those are actual spinny blades on those discs. That's what cuts the grass. Alrighty. Anyway, there you are. Common sense grass cutting with species 7. So, okay, we now have some grass. In fact, we have 32,000 liters of grass. That's great. Because I know there are going to be a lot of things that want that. It's a really speedy little bugger, too. But it's certainly not all the grass we need. It's also not one of those devices if you expect to be able to do 2 rows and come up with a full bin of grass. Yeah, that doesn't happen. You gotta cut a fair bit of grass to come up with that 32,000 liters. But it does it with 0 effort, which is really nice. And you can actually, I believe, disable collection if you would want to. Yeah, I'm going to have to actually raise that to get over that one part. Raise it again. There we go. Some of the humps in the road are a little rough. Just a little. So I've been looking at all the stuff they're putting out for pure farming. And you know what? Wow. It's starting to look like it's going to be some pretty serious competition for our little farming favorite here. It truly, truly does. They got some neat stuff going on, man. Actually. I think I'll continue along here. We need a fair bit of grass. Like far more than what I just put away. Oh, there's our Dario. And as soon as we get back to the farm with this, that should bring our Calosauruses up to about, oh, I don't know, 30% production. But for now, it's also going to be our source of making some silage up. So we can get the rations going. And after this first harvest, I'm going to do both fields. Well, I'm going to have to look at our gear. I'm not sure if I actually got something that we can do chaff with our corn or not. Did we, or are we going to have to hold off on that? Well, let's have a look. He's not looking good. Nope, alrighty. Not a problem. So it looks like we're going to be using grass until we can afford to use corn. Which is really unfortunate, of course, because you certainly get a heck of a lot more for your corn dollar. Okay, well, I got a feeling if I get all the grass from around this field, I'll actually have another vehicle pull. Dang, this thing can get carried away sometimes. Just fast, man. There's also some pretty gnarly lumpy dumps here. But it is definitely the tool for the job around this part of the place, I'll tell you. So you can get really nice and close to stuff. It's a really good little rig. I'm gonna spin around forever. Spin around forever. There is the big Krone one, M500, and there's also like an L500 or something as well. Same sort of idea. They cut a much bigger swath, but I don't believe they are self-contained. I have seen a Krone that was self-contained, but it was kind of done up for somebody doing a big farm, probably by themselves, that wanted to just bloody get things done. Because, yeah, I think it had a capacity of like 82,000, and basically if we'd have gone as far as I've gone now, we'd have our 82,000. So, yeah, it had a increased mass as well as capacity, or however the heck they do it. So, but yeah, we're definitely going to get this filled up pretty quick here. This is a nice map and getting reasonable support for it. It doesn't seem to get quite the follow that the old streams map does, but then that's a different sort of a different style, I guess. And there's lots of people doing big busy maps. This is sort of a medium busy map. But yeah, so I guess the old streams map has an appeal to a different sort of play style, and I do enjoy it. I enjoy the heck out of it. It does have the one issue with Farm Sim, of course, and that's that no matter how many things you try and do, they do become repetitive, which is why I guess maps like this become so nice. You can actually do something a little different every time if you're doing a YouTube of it. So, like, I'm sure it's been months since I bored you with an episode of cutting grass. I hope so. And there we go. But yeah, I would definitely recommend throwing the firewood mod on if you're doing this map. It's you're going to be cutting a lot of wood anyway. You might as well get the extra goodness that supplies. Like I said, all of the crap that you can't drag to places like that, or that simply disappear and count as, fodder when you're normally doing it, they actually pay off in real dollars. So, and you get the bonus of all of the sawdust you're chawing up becomes a viable, usable thing too. It doesn't just lay in a pile on the ground like it does with normal forestry in this game. I mean, that's maybe not very realistic that it can magically go from where you're cutting it to where you store your sawdust, but you can always go with an item like, where the heck are we here? One of these. Alright, this is a stump muncher, but because it's got the chute and the auger and all that on it, anything it gets off the stump, it'll actually shoot into a trailer. So if you cut your trees at standing level as opposed to crouch level, you can, you know, fill yourself up wood chips that way. But then that's a $5,000 unit, and, well, the firewood mod is absolutely free. Plus, you can also cut chunks off your stumps and sell them, as I found out. Oh yeah, I was getting, that's how we got this thing, believe me. I was getting every penny out of the trees that I could. Every penny. Oh, you'd have been proud of me. I was about as cheap as a Canadian can get, man. Alrighty. This thing handles really nicely, like it's got a great turning. So when you do have to twist in and out of the treed areas with it, it works very well. Even though it is, I mean, certainly not small. It's the size of a small truck, certainly. And we're almost full. So that worked out really nice. I mean, no $100-something thousand field, and bit of kit's expensive, but then again, those normal mowers are not exactly cheap either. You know, that's $13,000-14,000 for those. And it's letting me know it's almost done everything it can do. Nothing left there, but I'd like to fill it up, so let's grab our last 2% out of here. So, you know, this one doesn't have a lot of trees on this little particular piece of grass. There we go, we're done. But they're the sort of ones that are a little gnarlier to deal with, right? Let's face it. So, yeah. But that's okay. Alright, we now have a full cutter full of grass. And look how neat the area around the fields looks. Because let's face it, that is just critically important. Not to mention this thing drives faster than most of our tractors. That kind of makes it appealing too. There we go. Now, I think we can give some to anybody that feels deserving of it. There you see, we get the tip for it, so we'll be able to use it for silage if we need to. Alright, where did you guys hide your traps? Sheep. Sheep. No? Nothing? You're gonna make me drive down this horrible old road and look for it for myself? Boy, I tell you, you always got something to say till you have a valid question. Alright, well, this road did not exactly go right round like I was hoping it would, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so now okay. You're a bugger, man. You're a little bugger. Yeah, the four-wheel steering, like I said, it does work really well even in the bush. And it's fairly compact for what it is. You know. Here it comes, Mr. Sheeps. Mrs. Sheeps. Mrs.? Yeah, I guess they are, aren't they? Hello very much. There we go. Giving it to the sheep. That's it? 10%? Alright. It's okay. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. You like happy sheep. Do. What? You telling me you fit in? Don't you close. Did you see that? Don't hate watches. We'll get them. Alright, now let's go see what we can do with the cows. Alright, so assume that we tip them here. But which is which is which? And mull up. That doesn't say. Oh, that one's kind of green. Alright. I'm gonna go with that one. Why not, eh? It's the greenest looking of the bunch. I'm gonna assume the one on the far end there is silage and the one in the middle is straw. Oh, I think that's how it would work, wouldn't it? Alright. Yeah, look at that. Whoa. Now that's a pile of grass, man. Philly, and stop. No, I said and stop. When I say and stop, I do mean it. Now, that thing... So this is what I'm not sure of. Does that only do that, like mix things together and then give it some? Or, you know, in other words, do I still have to give them grass? Now these don't look like troughs, but I mean obviously that's where this thing is going to feed them. What is it? F? No, M? There we go. Excuse me. Okay. Silage, no. Straw, grass, here we go. Grass amount. So will this just automatically feed them grass? No, I don't want to order. No. What do you mean order? Oh. Twats. Not what I want, apparently. Okay. So then this just changes those amounts. Is 15 cows what I have? Oh, I have 30. Mixed feeders start manually. Mixed feeder. Okay, so this is a mixed feeder. Grass, silage, and straw. Okay. Alright, so... Okay. Okay, so Yeah, I'm going to add the other bits to that. So that makes me figure that they do want some grass as well, do they? If so, aha. Alright. Hup, ha ha. Thought you had me, eh? So I'm gonna do that. Phew, this is so complicated. Whoa. There we go. Alright, so that thing's full of grass. Ooh, that's a tight fit. Alright, well, that could be a little issue. We may have to actually use the loader to get the grass in here. Unless... Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Where there's a Willy, there's a Lee. You're gonna do that, aren't you? Yo, Rin Tin Tin, you... Whoa, come on now. Yeah! Alright, well, there's one of the creepiest things you've ever seen. Oh, man. I wonder, can we do that from inside the cab? What's that gonna look like? You ready for this? Alright, I just had to know if that's actually what was gonna happen, and yeah, that's oh, come on. That is actually what was gonna happen. Alright, so... yeah, we've all had an interesting day here today. Alright, I'm not gonna go and build this up again. So... Alright, very nice. Yeah, I do like that rig. It does exactly what we need it to do. So we've got those crops that need to... What are you cows on, man? Oh, I see, it's just a hill, okay. What are you cows on? Well, I guess whatever you put in their food is what they're on. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so next. Next. We need to... Where is it? I thought I just saw my little trailer here somewhere. No. So I really think that's pretty much what I need to be doing until that pallet thing goes, is actually just simply collecting more grass. Because I do want to get silage going. So, and nothing else is going to happen until those fields roll over. And I also need grass for the sheepies. So, looks like I'm going to have to do a whole whack-a-mowing here, guys. Why did this gate not close? It doesn't have a manual closure. Uh-oh. Hey, could you not stand right by the gate? Come on. I'll use the push mod on you. Oh, I don't have it installed, man. That could have tipped me a cow. Oh, right, we figured out that doesn't work, does it? Apparently, because they outweigh me by about 1,000 pounds, I can't tip them over. Who'd have thought it, you know? Who'd have thought it? Okay, so that's still 0. Why? Do the cows not make enough poop or what? Don't you? What's going on with it? Let's have a little look, shall we? We only own one chicken, and that's the rooster, and he hangs out right in front of the house, so I throw him a couple pieces of bread and such. But the cows, well, we know they need TMR, and we know they need silage. But they've got some grass, they've got water and straw. Alright, the sheep have got water. They've got some, oh, they've got some grass. Okay. So why are they only at 15%? Seriously, guys, why? What have we got here? And we don't have beefs or pigs yet, so... Liquid manure, 2604. Okay. Yeah, we've definitely got to get some silage going. So, whether the sheep have been fed or not, I think I'm going to have to spend the lion's share of this driving around the map, filling this up, and then dumping it into our silage pits. So, yes. I guess it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, certainly shorter than the last one, which was a lot. That was pretty big file upload, let me tell you. But I'm going to call it there, guys. So till next time, hope you all enjoyed. What is that? Oh, that is the exhaust, I see. Oh, that's cool. Just sometimes the amount of detailing on these things is just outrageous. I mean, who would have known all that stuff was up there if you didn't happen to... You know what I mean? Like, normally this is what you're going to see. But, yeah. Incredible. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. Feel free to share and favorite. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Then you'll know what we got coming up and when it is up. But till then, this has been Species 7 for the Arches map. And, hey, take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now. Yeah, let's go cut some more grass.